All right, so section 5.4, again, we're adding and subtracting rational expressions, which normally is a tough thing, but if they have like denominators, it becomes a lot easier. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at question number 2. Okay, let me, for some reason. All right, so I'm going to just rewrite it just so I have it to the side here. So x minus 5y over 30x minus 4x over 30x. Now, whatever happens, at least for now, I'm going to make a big old fraction here, okay? Because I'm going to combine these things together. The denominators will stay the same on the first step. So this is still going to be 30x. Okay? So it's still going to be 30x. Now, I have to subtract the tops. So I'm going to write x minus 5y minus 4x. Now, you guys should be able to notice that x and minus 4x, these are like terms. So x minus 4x is negative 3x. So negative 3x minus 5y over 30x. And if you notice, there's your answer. See, if the denominators were different, this would be a lot tougher. But they're not. They're the same. And all of these are going to have the same denominators. Okay? We check to see if we can simplify anything at the end. But, 3 and 5 don't have anything in common, so I didn't factor anything out. So, I just left it like that. Okay? So that's question number 2. Very straightforward. They're not trying to be tricky. They're just trying to say, hey, combine them, simplify. Okay? So that's question 2. Any questions on that one? And they're all going to be like this. They may look more difficult as we move on, but they're still the same idea. Okay? So let's check out number 4. All right, so let me rewrite number 4. We got x plus 3y over 15x squared plus x minus 2y over 15x squared. Again, notice the denominators are the same. Okay? The denominators are the same, so when I rewrite this, I'm going to keep the same denominators. 15x squared is going to go on the bottom. Okay? Now let me just combine the top. So according to what I see, it's x plus 3y plus x minus 2y. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. So x plus x, I'm going to combine those. And then I'm also going to combine the 3y with the minus 2y, okay? So I'm going to combine everything together. So x plus x is 2x. 3y minus 2y is a positive y over 15x squared. That's letter C. So yeah, they look a little more complicated for this one, but not that bad, right? Just write things out, be clean with your work so you can spot your like terms and combine them. So let's check out number 6. So right here, it starts to get a little bit more interesting. So let me write this out. M minus 6 over m squared plus 3m minus 10 plus 2m plus 4 over 3m minus 10. Now, I want you guys to know that maybe your gut reaction is, oh, I need to factor the bottom. But don't do it unless you have to. Okay, if your answer pops up, then you're good. Okay, so let's just do what we've been doing. Since they have the same denominator, I'm going to write it out, m squared plus 3m, minus 10. Okay, now I'm going to rewrite the top, which is m minus 6 plus 2m plus 4. And then combine like terms. So m is going to go with 2m. Negative 6 is going to go with positive 4. So here we go. M plus 2m. That's 3m. And negative 6 plus 4. That's a negative 2. And then I'm going to check my answers to see if one of them is there, and that's going to be part D. So notice I didn't even have to factor anything. I just had to combine stuff. Okay, so yeah, they look like it's going to be difficult to do, but it was still just the same thing. Put them together, simplify, done. Okay? Let me look to see. I want to make sure that one of these, we'll do 8 right now. Okay, 10 will do it for me. I don't think so, because remember what I told you, that every time we do, well, the question for those people watching the video was, are you going to have to factor on your test or something like that? I really don't think so. I'm doing the examples from your homework, and it doesn't look like they're making you do it. So we'll see right now as we do more. And on your test or your quiz on Wednesday, the questions basically come from the stuff we do here. So yeah, I don't think you're going to have to. Yeah. So here we go. Next one. X minus 5 over 6x minus 18 plus x minus 3 over 6x minus 18. That's the original problem. So since we're going to add this together, we're going to keep the same denominator, so 6x minus 18. And then let's combine the two top terms, okay? So x plus 5, x minus 5 plus x minus 3. The last one we do is going to have something a little different, okay? But nothing that's much more difficult. It's going to have a minus in the middle. So whenever there's a minus in the middle, you have to distribute it, okay? So I'll show you one of those for number 10, all right? Now let's see, like terms, x plus x and negative 5 minus 3. So x plus x is 2x, negative 5 minus 3, negative 8. Let me see if I have that answer right there. That's interesting. Am I missing something? 2x minus 4. Yeah, okay. So far we hadn't factored anything. So here's a good question, Patrick. You asked, am I going to have to factor? Here I am, but very little, very little. Because I'm looking at my answers, right? And I looked at my answers and I don't see my answer there, right? I know I did the work right. X plus x is 2x and negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. So I know I did everything right, but my answer is not there. So what could it be? I might have to factor something small. So what can I take out from the top? A 2, right? So this will be 2 times x minus 4. What can I take out from the bottom? A 2 as well. Also, I can take out what else can I take out? 2 works, but I can take something else out. A 6, right? 6 is bigger, so you want to do that. X minus 3. So, let's see. What do we end up with? This reduces 1/3. So this will be x minus 4 over 3 times x minus 3. Now, if you look at the answers, you don't see it again, right? But it is there. Let me just show you. Your answer is B. What did they do in order to get B from what I have? Yeah, they just threw it back in at the very end. Now, personally, I don't like that. Because when I factor, I just like to leave it factored, right? So, but for some reason in this program, they wanted to throw it back in there. So, I mean, that's okay. But it's kind of confusing because you're like, ooh, do this. Okay, now factor. Okay, now distribute. Like, why am I going backwards? Like, let's just stay with what I had. So I would have preferred if their answer would have looked like the step before that. But, I mean, it's okay. It's not a hard thing to distribute back in. So, yeah, maybe there might be some factoring. Minor factoring, nothing too crazy. So, all right, last problem. Number 10. And this one could be one where we factor. I don't know, because I noticed the denominator, just from seeing these types of problems so many times, I noticed the denominator is a difference of 2 squares. So maybe they'll make us factor, but we'll see. I'm just thinking ahead here. Most of the time, students don't worry about what I was just talking about, because they're not trying to figure out what's going to happen later. They're just trying to figure out what's going on now. So that's not a big deal. It's just, it's just something I caught. All right, so there's my original problem. Now, whenever you have a negative, when you combine it, make sure you distribute it, okay? Make sure you guys distribute that thing in. So here we go. A big fraction, 4r squared minus 1, okay? And on top, r minus 3 minus r minus 1. Remember, minus r minus 1 because I distribute the negative, okay? So the minus r minus 1 is because I distributed. Now, let's get like terms together. R minus r and negative 3 minus 1. So r minus r, well, that's 0. Negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. 4r squared minus 1. That's right here. By the way, your negative can be on top, it can be on bottom, it can be in front. So notice for my answer, part A, it puts it in the very front. But in my work, I put it on top. It doesn't matter. Okay? A negative can look like this, or like this. Now, hardly anybody ever does the third one. This one right here, this is very rare to see, but it does happen. They all are the same thing, so it doesn't matter where you put it. So guys, this is what your homework is, okay? You can finish it relatively quick. A real quick reminder, actually, let me stop the video.